By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which crypto exchange is right for you and exactly how to avoid the one that almost collapsed and took people's money with it. And I'll explain why the biggest platform isn't always the safest and what happened in 2022 that changed everything. So sit back and let's get into it. Let's start with Coinbase because that's where most people begin. Coinbase launched in 2012 and is headquartered in San Francisco. It's a publicly traded company. It hit the NASDAQ in April of 2021 under the ticker symbol COIN. That means it's regulated, it files with the SEC, and it has real corporate governance. That's not nothing in the crypto world. The interface is clean and simple. You can buy your first Bitcoin in about 2 minutes without feeling overwhelmed. But here's the trade-off. Coinbase charges between 0.5% and 4.5% per transaction, depending on your payment method and how much you're spending. If you buy $1,000 of Bitcoin, you could pay $45 in fees. That's not a typo. So Coinbase is great for beginners who want simplicity and are willing to pay a premium for it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Gemini, founded in 2014 by Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, runs a very different playbook. The Winklevoss twins, yes, the same ones from the social network, build Gemini as what they call a regulated exchange. They hold more cryptocurrency in custody than almost anyone in the industry, and they carry full state-level money transmitter licenses across America. That means if you're in New York or California, Gemini is legally operating in your state. A lot of exchanges can't say that. Their fees sit around 1.49% for simple buys, which undercuts Coinbase, but isn't the cheapest game in town. What I like about Gemini is their insurance fund. They actively protect customer assets, and they've never had a major breach that resulted in lost funds. So if you're an American and security is your priority, Gemini is worth a serious look. All right. So those are the two big beginner-friendly options. But if you're ready to move beyond buying your first Bitcoin, if you want lower fees, more assets, and access to advanced trading features, you need to know about Binance. Binance launched in 2017, and within 2 years, it became the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world by trading volume. Founder Changpeng Zhao built it with a simple philosophy: low fees and massive selection. Binance lists over 350 cryptocurrencies. Compare that to Coinbase, which has around 200. Their standard trading fee is 0.10% for makers and 0.10% for takers. If you use their native currency, something called BNB, you get an additional discount. A $1,000 trade could cost you $1 in fees instead of $45 on Coinbase. That's not a small difference if you're making regular trades. Now, here's the thing about Binance, and I need you to pay attention here. In 2023, Binance faced massive regulatory pressure from the U.S. Department of Justice, the CFTC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Changpeng Zhao, CZ as everyone called him, pleaded guilty to a money laundering charge. He stepped down as CEO, paid a $4 billion fine, and was sentenced to 4 months in prison. The exchange itself had to restructure. They created a separate entity called Binance.us that operates independently and is supposed to be more compliant with American regulations. So where does that leave you? Binance outside the US still operates with high volume and low fees, but the regulatory cloud is real. Binance.us is trying to be a clean, compliant version, but it's not the same experience. Here's my take. Binance is still powerful and still functional, but the events of 2023 remind you that centralized exchanges carry real counterparty risk. Never leave more on an exchange than you can afford to lose. That goes double for any platform that doesn't clearly belong to a regulated entity in your country. If you're finding this helpful so far, smash that subscribe button. I put out videos like this every week, and there's more coming that you don't want to miss. Now, let me tell you about the one I think most serious traders end up respecting the most: Kraken. Kraken launched in 2011, making it one of the oldest functioning crypto exchanges on the planet. It was founded in San Francisco by Jesse Powell, and it's never been successfully hacked. I want you to sit with that for a second. 18 years in the crypto space, an industry where exchanges collapse, get breached, and vanish with customer money every single year. And Kraken has never lost a customer dollar to a hack. That alone puts them in a category of one. In 2016, Bitfinex was hacked and lost $72 million. In 2021, Bitmart lost $196 million. And of course, FTX collapsed in November of 2022. A company that was supposedly one of the most trusted names in the industry, and at least $1 billion of customer funds vanished. Kraken avoided all of that. Their fees run between 0 and 0.26% depending on your trading volume. They support over 100 cryptocurrencies. They allow fiat deposits in multiple currencies through bank transfers. They offer futures trading and margin trading for advanced users. And in February of 2024, Kraken won a landmark legal victory. The SEC had claimed that Kraken was operating an unregistered securities exchange. The court disagreed and dismissed the core of the SEC's case. That's a big deal for the entire industry. Kraken isn't the flashiest platform. It doesn't have the brand recognition of Coinbase or the volume of Binance. But if you're looking for a platform that has proven itself over 15 years and has never compromised customer funds, that's Kraken. They also have a proof reserve system where you can independently verify that their assets exceed their liabilities. Not every exchange can say that. So let's bring this all together. If you're brand new and you want the simplest possible experience with the comfort of a regulated US company, use Coinbase. If you're American and you want better security and more regulatory transparency than Coinbase offers, use Gemini. If you want the lowest possible fees and you don't mind navigating a more complex interface, Binance or its US counterpart if you're stateside. If you want the platform that's been consistently reliable longer than almost anyone else, the one that has never lost a dollar to a hack, use Kraken. Each of these handles a different priority. The mistake most people make is picking the one with the most coins or the lowest fee without thinking about what they're actually trading and why security matters for their specific situation. The best exchange isn't the one with the flashiest marketing. It's the one that matches what you're actually trying to do. If this video helped you think through your options, share it with someone who's trying to figure out where to start. And subscribe. I've got a lot more coming on crypto infrastructure, security practices, and how to actually protect what you build. See you in the next one.